Okay, hello everyone. This is Psi Chi, the International Honor Society in Psychology. My name is Dr. Chiarella. I am one of the faculty co-advisors for the group, have been for the last few years. Was actually a Psi Chi member back in the day. It was 1991 too. Yeah, most of you were probably not born. But in any case, yes, lots of good experience with Psi Chi, and am thrilled by our amazing executive board. So please ask us questions, let us know things. And I have some information for you all too, if it's helpful in terms of application statuses and what we're doing in terms of those ceremonies and application information for the semester. I interrupted someone when I began. Marvin?
I was just chatting with everyone. Please, Kaylin, introduce our group.
Yes. Yeah, Kaylin, do you want to start in then?
Yeah, I guess we can start with introductions of our executive board if you want, since we're all here. So hi everyone, nice to meet you all. My name is Kaylin Alexander. I'm currently a grad student at UNCC. I'm studying a master's in counseling. And I'm our president for UNCC Psi Chi, and I was the secretary for the last academic year. Sorry, I worked really early this morning, so my brain is a little scrambled.
She sent me a text. So what time was it? 5 a.m.?
5:30.
5:30. I told her to go back to bed. Okay.
I wish. Yeah. No, you're fine. But yeah, so I was a member. I started last fall. Spring of 2019, and then I joined fall of 2019 as the secretary. And then I'm now the president. Yay. And so I'll introduce Notoria. She's our co-president and also secretary. Notoria, do you want to say hi?
Hey everybody, I'm the secretary for Psi Chi. I joined last spring as well. This is my last semester, and yeah, that's basically it.
And then Marvin is our marketing chair, our wonderful social media director.
Yes, I am. I joined Psi Chi, quite frankly, because you got to flesh out that CV for grad school. So this is the Honor Society. This is one of the best ones to be a part of. But even better than being a member, much better, is being on the board and being active and getting out there and doing things to really add those bullet points onto that graduate application CV.
Yeah, building that resume is really important. It helps with the applications. The applications are really scary. And then we have Ethan, our wonderful treasurer.
Yeah, my name is Ethan Morrow, and I'm the treasurer. And I joined Psi Chi. This is my first semester as a member and executive because Dr. Chiarella forced me to.
I'm just kidding. I snatched him out of class. What do you expect?
But yeah, it's a great organization. I've had a lot of great experience with interacting with our members, as well as just operating on the executive board. There's a lot of valuable information of being a part of it.
And then our newest board member is Ashley. She's our, I think it's help me officer. I'm sorry, Ashley, I just butchered that.
No, you're good. You're right, actually. But yeah, I'm the newest member, and I joined Psi Chi probably 2 years ago, actually maybe a year. And I just became part of the executive board this semester. They had a new role for if people needed resources for mental health awareness or any help with COVID, you could reach out to me and I could help you find those resources, and I'm willing to help you with anything you need, pretty much. But, yeah.
Oh, and Ashley, I love that you took the initiative to come to us because since you joined us, I found a good description of that position on the official Psi Chi website. But with all the tracking that I do on that website, I had missed it. So that's very exciting to see students come to us too and say, hey, this is important and we want to do it. And we were eager to follow up and had a meeting with Ashley. So it was terrific. Yeah.
And that's a part of trying to be a part of a board on a group like this is, you know, what can you bring? Do you have that energy? Do you have ideas? Do you have the time? Because it is going to take time. I mean, even just putting up social posts, you have to create them. You have to create them, and you know, if you're going to do the right job, you create the different sizes that are needed on the different things. And each one of our seats here, each one of the board members, we have very specific things that we need to do and that we need to do together. So hopefully you can find that time, because this is something that really does help, like I've talked about, the CV, which is important for getting into grad school, and it can even flesh it out for going into a career. If you're going to go straight into a career, you still need a strong CV showing that you've taken leadership responsibilities.
Yeah, exactly. I think one of the themes that we're definitely getting out of the showcase is those opportunities to not only to connect with one another. I mean, often you're in, pretty large classrooms, and how well do you get to know each other? How well do you get to know your professor? And these are just kind of those kind of smaller group settings that allow us all to come together a little bit better, get to know each other better, and help each other out in a variety of different ways, professionally, personally, and, any way that is beneficial. So, yeah, we're excited to have people's interest in that sort of thing. We can certainly, we have plenty that we can keep telling you all about things that we do. And I don't mean to interrupt our board, but are there particular questions where you would like us to lead in our discussion from you all? Or should we keep talking?
I have one.
Oh, please, Jessica.
I don't know if this is too general, but I guess just what does the typical week look like for you guys, for the team?
Oh, yeah.
As far as like responsibilities?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
That is a good question. I think when we were in person, it was almost a little less, but because we're online, we've tried to like move a lot of our presence online. So I know, like me, I've taken on like checking emails. So I have the email linked on my phone. So I check that every day. We try and send out announcements about meetings at least once a week, or at least every other week. I know Marvin could talk more about social media. I know we do every other week. We try to have a meeting for our members, and then in between those meetings, we have e-board meetings. So we meet together as a board, kind of plan the semester, work out who's doing what, and how things will go, or at least try and plan them so they'll go smoothly. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's too much. I think it can be almost like if you're volunteering once a week, probably about the same amount of responsibility.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think Kaylin said it well, but a lot of it is kind of, and I want to be careful when I use this phrase, but a lot of it is kind of thoughtful event planning. It's not just, throwing an event, this is fun and we're all having a good time kind of thing, which is fabulous, and we want that to happen. But it's a lot of thoughtful events in terms of thinking about who are, what are our students' needs? Well, Kaylin often sends out those Google forms that ask, like, what sorts of things do you want us to talk about? Or what sorts of things are, kind of tough issues for you right now that you want to talk, to talk, or to have a guest speaker come in. Marvin was able to bring in some good speakers regarding Zoom fatigue and mindfulness. We had a great video that was terrific with you all knitting, and I don't know what the little globe bottle was called, but I loved that. Right. So, I mean, not so everything is like this heavy academic group, but really a group with a sense of community. And also we're a little limited right now, a little bit, but we want, important things for us is trying to figure out how we can reach out and help with the community and volunteering and diversity and inclusion issues. Those are all kind of some of the main tenets of what Psychi is supposed to be all about. So yeah, so those things can keep us busy. And certainly, I know we've talked about this, and Kaylin's very thorough and fantastic in those emails and in the social link sites that she sends out. But if you all, are you all able to see my screen right now? Am I sharing properly? So
Yes.
that's just our Facebook page, right? So talking about the showcase, and this is all Marvin's good work, right? Here's our chunky blanket from the last couple of weeks. Oh, my computer's loading slowly, but we've got other announcements on here. We have our Instagram page. We have our Twitter feed. Here we go with some more. Oh yeah, here we go. Deadline's approaching, right? Oh yes, thank you. I sent out a reminder about that too. That's today. So those of you that received an email from me about a month ago, today's the deadline, which I sent out last week, a reminder. And tomorrow I will go through and accept all the new members, and that you can start, that way you can start the next step of the process, which is payment. And I will send out more information about that as we walk you through to our induction, which will be in November. And just out of curiosity, those of you that I'm speaking to now, did any of you receive my email at this point in the last month or two about qualifying to be a full member of Psych-Hi? Not yet? One of you? Okay. So like I said, I'll be responding to that. And otherwise, we do inductions every semester. So just on the lookout, I coordinate with the Office of the Registrar to determine our students, because I'll flip over to, I'm going to flip over to our psychology website with undergraduate opportunities and Psych-Hi. We have kind of bit of information about us here. And this section is particularly important in terms of how to become a member. So those are qualifications that are passed down to us from the main international office. And with those, we come up with a list of students every semester. I will email you and kind of walk you through the process of application, acceptance, payment, and then induction. And that membership is for life. And there's some nice benefits in terms of a lot of the resources that are available to students on the Psych-Hi website, everything from grants to just a helpful article, professional tips, tips for doing well while you're in, undergrad and beyond, all kinds of, information about programs, things like that. Some nice bling from different, with different Psych-Hi pins and cords and things like that just kind of show off your Psych-Hi pride as well. So lots of possibilities, and everyone is welcome to kind of be with us and join with us and participate with what we do. But the requirements for membership are those that are laid out in front of you there. And again, if anything ever happens in a term where you're thinking I maybe should have, I think I meet those criteria, by all means, email me and I will usually follow up as quickly as possible to see if I can get you on board as quickly as I can. And as I show this, any other questions or anything like that? I know over the past couple of years, we've had a little trouble making sure we can catch our transfer students, and many of you are transfer students into our department. So this year we kind of, I was able to work with a new person in the registrar and kind of paid particular attention to that. And I think we really got it. So because I've asked a number of transfer students, so hopefully we have that cleared up for semesters to come.
You were talking about the bling. There's graduation day bling, like you get a sash and a little pin and a cord.
There's literally, if you go to the Psych-Hi main website, there's literally a menu, a tab at the top that says store, okay? And yes, there's all kinds of good, those new jewelry, something I always enjoy. You can get your Psych-Hi bracelet or whatnot. And you can see here digital content. So, right. So, I was looking at these actually, and I was hoping to buy these for the department because It's eye on the workplace. So yeah, achieving a career with a bachelor's degree in psychology. There's lots of possibilities, but it's not really clear to a lot of people. So that book in particular kind of caught my eye. I certainly have a number of resources, but this is the first time I've seen it packaged that well. They have another one for graduate school, different things like that. So like I said, a lot of good kind of resources. I'm trying to see if I can get you to different sites too. The publications, just to give you an idea, if you, once you become a member, all of these publications are available to you. There are some really neat podcasts that I was looking at over, they've only been going on for about a year or two, but I'm hoping to use some of these in classes. Gosh, let's see what else here. Like I said, Psych Digest has a lot of good, it's just kind of a good magazine with tips. Eye on Psych along those lines as well. Different conventions. I've gone with students to conventions, which is kind of fun when those are held and available. Awards and grants, like I said, different opportunities at the undergraduate level. You can see a lot, undergraduate grants and graduate scholarships for graduating seniors only. There's also a lot of students, since it is membership for life, will use this as graduate students to get additional grants and opportunities there too. So graduate awards, graduate grants, graduate scholarships. That's mostly my work there on the chapter. Membership, again, I like the idea of it lays out the benefits so you can see exactly all the different things that can come your way, right? Oh yeah, that's good. And again, online resources, careers in psychology, diversity matters, graduate school, conducting research, presenting at conference, chapter leadership. So just, I mean, it's really kind of exciting to see all the possibilities that you can do with Psych. And we're always looking for those new ideas, new outreach, new possibilities. I'm getting excited and talking too much, so I will turn it all over to you. Back to you. Other questions, comments?
I guess just to like clarify, so it's 3 full semesters of college and then you should be able like be eligible along with the other things to be considered.
Yeah, let's see here. So, okay, so, right. So at least 3 semesters to be eligible, right? And so a major or a minor, okay? And last year, what was I say? Last year, actually, a treasurer was a minor last year. 3 semesters of university. And that could be, oh, I'll also say I've had a student who, there's also a relatively new to Psych, is kind of an offshoot that if you're coming from a community colleges now, Psych now has a particular kind of branch of Psych for the community colleges. And last year, CPCC's psychology faculty advisor came to one of our meetings just to see what we were doing and how we could connect. So I do have one student that is carrying over membership from her community college to here. So that's kind of a relatively new process, but we're excited about that. So 9 credit hours of psychology, at least a 3.3 GPA overall, and 3.0 in psychology, okay? And then the piece with the transfer is that you have to have some time spent at this university as well, UNCC, before you can get into the UNCC chapter. So there's some basics, but there's still a chance to be able to join early on and make a difference with your years here. And to a certain degree, the longer you can be involved and do different things, the better.
Thank you.
Yes, absolutely.
I would definitely say that of all of the psychology, clubs that there are, that this is the one that that I would suggest. If you qualify to get in, this is the one that you should be in.
This one's internationally recognized. I will dispel this myth. It's not. I've heard a lot of students say over the years something to the effect of, if I heard I can't get into graduate school if I don't belong to Psi Chi. That is not accurate. Okay? So I don't want anybody to feel like you are forced, Ethan, or anyone else, to join Psi Chi because you will be locked in or out of graduate school, or I won't write you a letter of recommendation, or you're never going to get a job in Psi Chi or in psychology or anything like that. And like Marvine and the others were saying earlier, you know, as busy as we all are, the more you can be an active member, that's the key piece, right? So not only is it, you know, a line on your resume, but it's what you did as part of your involvement. And again, we're always looking for new ideas and things like that. Are there, I know we've asked on forums, but now that we have you as a live audience, are there particular topics or issues or that you all are curious about or want to hear more about that we could bring speakers or just host an event, or we're always looking to engage in different volunteer opportunities or service to the community? I know, again, it's a little challenging now, but people are still finding ways to do it. So I don't know, any thoughts along those lines of things that are kind of interesting to you all, or just things about psychology that are interesting to you in general that we could think about together? Yes, Jessica.
So I'm a non-traditional student. I'm a parent, and so I just was curious if you guys do any, if that's ever been a topic for you guys. I guess just how to ease, you know, going into university as a non-traditional student.
Well, I think that's a very important, valuable topic. I don't think we've brought it up. I know for a while there was a student that was trying to lead a group out of the psychology department, and that was the, you know, the, gosh, what do I want to say? The main thrust of it, right? Being a parent while in school. And Marvine has firsthand experience with that quite a bit. I think it's definitely a worthwhile topic to bring up, because I mean, whether you are doing that through undergrad, or maybe are you doing that through graduate school, right? Or even just kind of dealing with that sense of responsibilities and parenting. Since COVID, I love research and work-life balance, because mine's very out of balance. But I heard a new phrase since COVID. It's not work-life balance, or it should be work-life integration, because one is not separate from the other. And if you look at some of our main theories in psychology of careers and that sort of thing, that's definitely a thing. It's an integration that influences all throughout several different aspects of your life, if not all of them, right? So that's a great topic, and I think that's definitely worth all of us exploring and looking into. Yeah. Good suggestion. Thank you, Jessica. I hope somebody on the board is writing that down.
I just did.
I wrote it down.
Oh, that was you, Ethan. That's why I was saying it. Good job. We're not sexist. Ethan wrote it down. Very good. As you get to know me, I always, my disclaimer is, you can tell how much I like you by how much I tease you, and I like to tease you all a little bit. So yeah. I will say too, like in a, gosh, Kaylin, help me out here. Is it the wait, it's after the elections, right? So the week after the election?
I don't know what I'm trying to name.
What's that?
I think it was
Meeting, I think.
Yeah, Ricky.
The political one, I think.
Oh,
Political.
with Psych Coalition. It should be the 9th of November.
Okay, we're 9th of November, and that's a good segue, because I'm looking at our time. So let's see here. So the 9th of November, because the Department of Psychology has a second important active group, at least one other. I think there's maybe a few more, but it's Psychology Student Coalition, and we are going to be working with them. And in your bottom corner, you see Ricky Rodriguez Q, Ricky, who are you again? Treasurer. You're treasurer.
Yeah, I'm the treasurer.
Ricky is treasurer and I will say spokesperson for Psychology Student Coalition. And Ricky's actually qualified for Psych High, leading Psych Coalition, doing all of the above. So he's definitely a good example. But we're going to be talking about just kind of the, the social climate that we've been living in through COVID, through politics, through Black Lives Matter, through the election, if we're even going to know the results on that day, or that day, that week, or whatever happens there. I was hearing a really interesting talk on the election process and how far it could go. And I certainly remember back in my day, there was Gore and Bush, but somebody was saying, we may not know till mid-December. Hopefully we'll know sooner than that. But just to be able to kind of talk about the social climate we've been living in, right? And just kind of how do we all feel about it? It brings up, so often it brings up for most people quite a bit of emotion and tension and feelings, and just being able to kind of put some of that out there, whether we agree or disagree, I think is an important thing. So that's coming up on the 9th, November 9th. I will touch base a moment. Again, I've been kind of moderating the times as I've been facilitating these. It's 5 after, which means it's 4:35. I'm not 100% sure. I may check to see if there are other people on the other link. I'm not on the other meeting. I don't know. Are some of you on here because you're interested in Psychology Student Coalition as well, or were you on here primarily for Psych High? For both? Okay, see if
for both.
Yeah.
For both.
Most of you both?
Yes.
Okay. So with that, I'm gonna do some checking, but I will turn over to, like I said, Psychology Student Coalition spokesperson treasurer Ricky and Rodriguez Q, and Ricky can tell you all about being in Psychology Student Coalition. Okay. Ricky, do you want to? Oh, here, wait, I'll help. And by the way, they have a page on our website too in psychology. Here we go. So Psychology Student Coalition, if you're looking at my shared screen, is a little bit about the information with that organization as well. And I'm going to do some looking here to see if we have others floating elsewhere. Go ahead, Ricky.
Hey, sorry, I got a little commotion around me. But
no, you're fine.
That yeah, that's from last year we made that, so that's not, the meeting times aren't quite updated. But we are, as you can see there, we're a student-led organization. We're for students. We're mainly, I like our increased use in this semester because it's hard to meet other people in classes, and it's hard to really know about the opportunities that go on in the department. So that's kind of where we're coming in. We're having our first meeting next Wednesday at 6 o'clock. Our Instagram account is UNCC_PSC for anyone who wants to see our information and what we have going on. But yeah, like I said, in a normal semester, we'd be providing community service outlets and also bi-weekly meetings for students to attend and just come have food, talk about whatever our theme is for that meeting, and just have questions answered. Usually we'll feature some guest speakers from the department, like Dr. Gillison, the advisor, or we'd have different professors presenting about their labs or different opportunities they have going on through their classes. But past that, not much else to say. Like I said, we're meeting first time for the semester will be next week. And our Instagram is UNCC_PSC. Yeah, I see us right there.
Here we go. I'm pulling you up. Yeah, there we go. There's the gang. Very nice.
Yeah, and normally Rydia would be here to speak on my behalf, I guess, but she was having internet connectivity problems like right before this, and that's getting fixed up right now. But you can see all our information right there.
Yeah, so yeah, you all have been, yes, clearly, oh, look at that, cookies and cocoa. God, now we have to do it virtually. That's no fun. Student Coalition, Halloween's, Mind Fest you've been involved with in the last year, World Mental Health Day. What was this? Oh yeah, research and pizza. Hey, right. So all kinds of good opportunities and information. And this is your, yes, your upcoming meeting, right? Yeah.
Yes, ma'am, that's it.
Very cool. And again, there's nothing that, I know we're all busy, but there's nothing that says you can't be in both. Ricky is essentially going to be in both here in, a semester, or by the end of the semester. So, yeah, a lot again, and we like the idea of working together, especially in these times where things are, harder to connect and those sorts of things. Not that we have to do everything with the two groups together all the time, but it just makes sense. We're all interested in psychology. We're all studying psychology, and what can we benefit from, learning and going to each other's different opportunities that we bring up for students. So. Other questions, other issues? And again, I guess I'll highlight that in Psychology Student Coalition, you can join anytime, which is definitely a good advantage to that. You can just kind of jump right in.
It's nice that now the meetings are at different times too. So you really can. The meetings do happen on different days and different times, so you can go to both.
Yeah, we made sure to coordinate that, and we're not charging dues for the semester since they're not going into any resources for meetings. So you can join for free, apply online or engage, and just come through to our meetings. It'll be a lot of fun for sure and informative.
Yeah, again, kind of a nice way of also, again, with the professors, getting to know the professors that come in, or different resources, right? And just other students on campus that you wouldn't necessarily meet, just all running around Boulevard like we do. Any other questions or ideas for us? You've soaked it up. You're going to be at the meetings next week and following week. Have you all voted? Is that private information? Oh, good.
I did early voting on Friday.
I am sticking the face in front of me is Josh, and I am sticking with that enthusiastic gesturing on both ends to both of those questions. I appreciate that very much. Oh, there you go, Marvine. Yeah. Yeah, no, absolutely. Again, without saying for whom to vote, the issue is vote, right? Goodness. Is this you all's first election? Like, you're 18 now, so whatever. Yeah, somebody round two. Yeah, round two. I guess so. Yeah, I still have one of my best pictures. Well, back in the day where you actually took pictures and put them in an album, one of my best pictures from undergrad, and we were all piled into my dorm room because I was one of the few kids with a TV in their dorm room. And on my little pink TV, we were watching the elections. I don't even remember. Oh yeah, it was Bill Clinton and Senior Bush. And there's this long chain of us all giving each other a back rub. There's pizzas all over the floor, and somebody climbed up on our loft where our bed was to take a picture of all of us down there giving each other a massage as we and ate pizza as we watched the election results. That one wasn't even a big deal compared to what came after that. But it's, also good ways to kind of have fun in, challenging and kind of difficult times of figuring out where we're going in the world, right? Yeah. Okay, kiddos. Well, I won't overstep our reach here. If we have more Psych Coalition questions, we can keep going, or Psych High. Otherwise, I am grateful for you all coming. We've had good participation all day long. I hope you will join us for our upcoming sessions over the next couple of days. I will keep sending out emails and reminders and links and everything. If that sounds good to everybody, yes?
Yeah, appreciate everybody coming. Y'all have a good day.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you
Oh,
very
wait,
much.
I see a chat question. Russell. Oh, yes. Thank you, back. So nice.
I did have one question about the practicum meeting tomorrow at, I think it's at 4:30.
Mm-hmm.
If we can't make it to that, is there another opportunity to like speak with somebody about that?
Well, what I'm doing is I'm literally recording each of these sessions. So,
Okay.
and I'm coordinating with our administrative assistant so I can get access so I can post these up each night or give it to him to post up. So at least we'll be able to post up the practicum information session. Dr. McNulty is not able to attend, but I have two students at least who have participated in the practicum in years past during our half COVID semester, and one who did it before in a full practicum semester. So both of them will be talking. I'll be sharing the information that I know. I've spoken with Dr. McNulty to get a few more details from him. I will say what he mentioned to me the other day is that right now practicum is a bit at a standstill just because not a lot of agencies are taking students for, kind of job shadowing, volunteering. A lot of what the agencies are doing now is in, telehealth or those sorts of things, or it's so much to kind of protect everybody health-wise that they're being hesitant to take in students. So I will put a plug for this, Ashley. If you are interested in peer advising, which is our in-house kind of practicum experience right now, or if you saw the internship that CPCC is offering in terms of being kind of like a peer counselor for CPCC, that email was sent out last week for students that were interested in potentially applying to that position. So
Perfect. Thank you.
That's kind of a long answer, but that's the best I can tell you right now. Practicum is not a really clear go, but you will be able to find out information about practicum once I put it up on our psychology department YouTube site, and I will send that information out to everybody.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yes, you're very, very welcome. Any other questions that I can answer? Anybody else? Okay, great. So let's see here. Are we switching to another meeting, or are we?
I think we're staying in this one.
Okay, here, wait. I am going to hit pause on the record. Oh, wait. Nope. Oh, wait.